I'm going to walk you through the course outline and highlight some key areas, although I do encourage you to go into each of the areas in more detail. So, in terms of the course details, our course runs on Thursday. Here's the Zoom link. You can see it there. And this is the course website. I'll also put that information on the Canvas dashboard, but I will rely primarily on our course website. And the reason is that that website will be available to you after the course ends, and so you don't have to worry about information and resources disappearing. And you can see other dates and things that would be important for you. Here is the course description and the numerous learning objectives, but I will summarize that more through the assessment section. You can read this. The ideas we're shifting really from an introduction to the methods part of your thesis. Now, as you were probably expecting, we meet every Thursday, probably for 2 to 3 hours. It may take us that full 3 hours, but there'll be lots of interaction, discussion, and breaks and such. The one thing you should realize is that I'll be giving you home activities, and they will have to be completed on a weekly basis if you want the class to be successful, because we'll be actually working with the home activities and the good work that you've done in the home activities in the course, in the class. And those home activities are designed to actually help you develop your assignments, your introduction and your methods assignments. I will say that attendance is really important in this course, so please try to make every class. If you can't make the class, you do need to let me know ahead of time, and we need to figure out some sort of a plan to get you back on track, because you can get off. This course is going to be intense, and you want to make sure that you are focused the whole way. Here are the weekly lessons. I'm working on developing it at this point. It gives you a rough idea of what we're going to be focusing on. And really, it is building your methods section. So these are key elements of the methods section as you move along. Let me go to the assessment part, just to kind of give you an idea of really the focus. So for the first 3 weeks, you will be transitioning your draft of your introduction and what you did in the previous course and massaging it into a first draft of a introduction chapter for an actual thesis proposal. And so you can see the guide that will be here. Here's the actual, like if you click on these links, you'll find the details about the assignment. The next part is the home activities, which will help you with your introduction and will also help you with the methods chapter. And so I'll assign specific home activities will help you complete certain aspects of that methods chapter. Now, there's a reflective journal that I would like you to complete on a weekly basis. And I was on the fence about this, but I'm going to try it and we're going to see how that works. I don't want them to be extensive entries, but I do want to know your progress. I want to know your challenges. I want to know any questions you have. And I also want to know, and this is important, how Gen AI is contributing or perhaps hindering your research progress, because I am going to help introduce different tools, Gen AI tools that could be very helpful as a collaboration tool when you're doing this work. The methods chapter is really the focus of this course, and if you can look at that in detail, there's a lot of information there about the structure of the chapter. I give you a lot of the structural guides. And then at the end of the course, well, the last day, last day, but also the last three weeks of the course, you will sign up to present your proposed methodology in all aspects of it. And you'll present it to the class, and we're going to consider this as a research meeting where we're giving you some help and guidance and we're asking you questions. So we're focusing on your peers' analytic skills, but we're also focusing on helping you improve your methods presentation. And the last part that I want to highlight here are the course resources. So I have created some custom chatbots, one called Scope to help you with literature reviews, um, one called Scholar AI to help you find papers, one that will be pretty helpful called Sword Writer, which is based on Helen Sword's principles of writing that will help you improve the quality of writing, and one called Theo, which will help you evaluate your actual work from the perspective of a supervisor. There's this great course called Becoming a Master of Academic Writer with AI apps. Very helpful in terms of resources. It's about $40 Canadian, so you don't have to do this, but it's a pretty useful course. There are a number of guides here that will help you with your thesis, common theoretical frameworks, EDD guides, graduate thesis writing for research paradigms, frameworks, scoping reviews. So those are guides that I've created and worked on over the years to help you. There's a podcast which I will be posting information on periodically. Here are some readings which you don't have to necessarily read them all, but they're pretty good sources for you. And then there's some websites. The Purdue University website for APA 7 guidelines is really it's probably one of the most often used sites if you're having trouble with something. And the USC research prompt proposal guide, which I think is pretty useful. Here are a set of tools which we will be periodically playing with and which I have found to be really helpful for writing. And so I think you will find them helpful. And then there's some presentation tools which you will helpful. Gamma and Google Gemini are really helpful to helping you create first drafts of presentations. And then there's our class seminar playlist, which is very useful. But I will leave you to explore these videos on your own. They will be helpful, but probably only when you really need them at the time. Okay, so that's an introduction to the course.